food conversations have evolved from the dinner table to mainstream media, Americans have a greater interest in understanding where their food comes from. In fact, a recent survey found that more than 70% of moms admitted to having questions or concern of how their food is grown or raised. Well, joining us with some answers to some of these questions are LaVell, Winsor, and Kristin Reese. They are farmers, and they are part of Find Our Common Ground, and here to tell us about some great information about our food supply. Ladies, welcome to the program.
Thanks for having us.
It is our pleasure to have you here. Let's start off about what are some of the biggest misconceptions that people have about where their food comes from?
One of the common questions that we get is what does a family farm looks like? And actually, it's surprising to most people that around 96% of farms are actually family farms. So, for example, on our farm, my husband and I farm with my in-laws, and our farm actually supports a couple of families. However, all of the decisions that are made for our farm are actually made within our family. So it's rather surprising to most people to hear that around 96% of the farms are family farms.
I think that is surprising. I think people would be pleased to hear that it is a family-run business. Let's talk a little bit about the debate between organic food and non-organic. Which is safer, Kristin?
Well, it's an interesting question. The American Academy of Pediatrics has done some research that shows that there is no nutritional difference between organic and traditionally raised foods. And so I think it's really important to keep in mind, while Common Ground, we have volunteers of all shapes and sizes, organic, large, small, traditional, that we embrace all different farming practices. In fact, we need all different types of practices to feed our ever-growing population. We just want you as a consumer, just like LaVell and I are ourselves, when you go to that grocery store, you have absolute confidence in whatever food you are purchasing at the grocery store.
Let's talk a little bit about your organization. What is Common Ground, and why was it formed?
Sure. In Common Ground, we recognized that there were a lot of questions that people were asking about what a farm looks like and what are different farming practices that occur. And so Common Ground is actually a grassroots movement that family farmers like Kristin and I are a part of. We're both farm women, we're both mothers, we're both wives, and we have the same concerns that lots of other people have. And we really want to just be a resource for people who may not be closely related to a farm. We want to be a resource that they can come to and ask questions. And on our website, which is findourcommonground.com, several of the very common questions are actually answered there and backed up with FDA and USDA information.
Kristin, tell us, you think family farms are a thing of the past, or are they still going strong?
Absolutely not. I think that maybe the public's vision of what a family farm has changed, but there are many family farms in the United States that are thriving and growing, and I think that's a really exciting opportunity when you have a family farm operation, but you can expand your operation to bring your children and your grandchildren back to the farm. I think that's what American agriculture is all about.
Let's just address one thing real quick, concern about every American thinks about are that food prices. Why do they tend to go up?
Yeah, and food prices are a very hot topic. Let's look at what goes into the price at the grocery store. So for every $1 that you spend at the grocery store, only about 19 cents goes back to the farm. The other 81 cents, it's surprising, actually is transportation costs, which is highly correlated to fuel cost, packaging, the grocery store cost, all those other things go into that 81 cents. So when you consider all of those things, it's really surprising what all goes into the price at the grocery store.
All right, and finally, before we let you go, what is that website and what can we get on there?
Absolutely. We'd encourage you all to visit our website at findourcommonground.com. It's an excellent resource, very user-friendly. You can subscribe to our free newsletter. You can find us on Facebook and Twitter. And most importantly, you can connect with farmers around the country, farm women, moms, people actually working in agriculture, and reach out to us if you have any questions you'd like answered.
All righty, LaVell, Winsor, and Kristin Reese, thank you so much for spending a few minutes and giving us some great information about our food supply.
Thank you.